7:12 and we're on trail. Torrential rain all night, absolutely torrential. Full shelter, including a gorgeous doggy, like a husky, or the ones that begin with M. Patchy sleep, because it just rained and rained and rained, and I was just listening to hear if it was going to stop. A moment of high drama this morning, when we thought that Sloth had jammed his food bag up in the tree, but with a little bit of team effort from another guy in the shelter and Sloth, they got it down so he can eat for the next couple of days. It's going to take us to get to Petersburg. I'm going uphill, as you can probably hear. Not quite sure what the plan is today. We're just getting out of camp and everything's soaking wet. We're dry, but the woods are very, very wet. I'll report in later.
So Sloth and Flash just walked past this big snake in the tree. Ooh.
Charge just saw a snake. Charge just saw a snake rolled up in a branch, and Sloth and I just literally brushed by him. Haven't done any filming much this morning. I was just discussing the fact that Sloth and I just brushed past a snake curled up in a bush and didn't even notice it. And Charge did and took the footage of it. I haven't filmed because, frankly, this morning has been miserable. Terrible rain. Pissing with rain. Can I say that? I'm going to. We're wet. All our undies are wet. Everything's wet. And on top of that, we all stink because we've been in the woods for days without a reprieve and with no internet access. So, we're just getting to a road down here shortly. And it's going to take some extra walking, but at this point, who cares? We're going to walk to a grocery store or a petrol station, or it has coffee, it's got food, and we're just going to get out of here for a while and have a think about what our options are, because there are options, and I'll let you in on that. But at the moment, it's wet, it's cold, and it's very character building out here at the moment. Is that what we call it? Character building? Yeah, something like that. Is it worth even avoiding that puddle? My feet are so wet that, I don't know. There's a swing bridge. You know Charge is going to jump in the middle of it and make, oh, it's all bounce. Oh, God. Oh. This is a really big river. Yeah, thanks, Charge. Neat bridge. I'm feeling more optimistic now that the torrential rain has actually stopped and we've decided we're going to sit down and consider our options. It feels... God, Charge is still talking about that snake. He's still traumatised by it. So we made the decision to walk a whole bunch of extra steps to come down a road to a store called Trent's Grocery to get out of the rain and get something to eat. We may have walked further than we needed to do because possibly person in charge of directions pointed us in the wrong direction. But that's okay. These mistakes happen, so we're just gonna get out of the rain, eat something, and contemplate what our plans are for the next couple of days. It sure is uncomfortable out here. How awful is this weather, Charge?
Yeah.
But we're inside and we've got what? Toasted cheese sandwiches, hamburgers and fries coming. It's the breakfast of champions, mate.
And chocolate milk.
And chocolate milk. Okay, we've been in Trent's grocery for maybe an hour and a half. I talked to Albert, who's 91, and his son and daughter-in-law run the grocery store, and he's lived here all his life. He was lovely. Joe had 2 burgers and fries. Sloth had 1 burger and fries. I had kind of a toasted cheese sandwich thing. Then what else did we eat? Drank coffee. I had a chocolate bar. Meanwhile, we concocted a plan. We are going to Woods Hole Hostel to stay the night. We've got to walk 14 miles, so it's going to be a 21, 22 mile day. But there is a warm bed and a Thai takeaway. They provide dinner because they're slightly off the beaten track, and tonight they're not cooking. We were sent a Thai menu, and I am having green papaya salad and an eggplant and basil stir fry for dinner tonight. That will be delivered by 6. I also have a warm bunk in the bunkhouse, a hot shower, and the prospect of laundry. So that's sensational. Then tomorrow morning we get up and walk another, I think, 14 miles into Petersburg, where I have booked a room for me and Charge and a room for Sloth, because Charge has a board meeting on Thursday and we thought we'd land in Petersburg. So we just desperately need a hot shower, and we just need something to look forward to today. So it's going to be wet. It's about to start raining again, but I can't wait just to stand in a hot shower and clean up. It's been a rough few days. We've had a big conversation about where the hostel is, and can I just say, after 23 miles today, it's been a brutal day, and the mind game has been at the fore. We started the day with really, really bad weather, walking in nasty rain. We got soaking wet, so we walked some extra miles down to a grocery store and hunkered down in there for an hour or so. Then found ourselves some bunks at the Woods Hole Hostel, which was 14 miles away, and we have just walked at speed those 14 miles on top of the 7 or so that we'd walked, or 8 that we walked to get to the grocery store. And we've got a bunk and a hot meal, and that's fantastic. We're so relieved. I think you can probably see it in my face and Charge's face, but today has been a lot. We've done over 80 miles in the last 4 days, and our old bodies are feeling it. I feel really proud of us because we've pushed really hard in the last 4 days, particularly today, to get to this hostel so that we can have a sleep in a bed, have a shower, use a flush toilet. And we've also set ourselves up for a short 11 or 12 miles in the morning to Petersburg, where we're going to stay for 2 nights because Charge has a board meeting on Thursday, but also we need to have a break. We've been 90 something miles in 5 days, and it will be time to just rest. It's been a good 4 days in the woods, but we have been isolated. There's been no internet access, and as you will know by now, the YouTube channel is kind of stalled. We've been lucky enough to go past a couple of places where we've managed to get a hot burger or a toasted sandwich, so that's been good. But it's been real wilderness hiking for the last 4 days. Lots of snakes, bears, deer, and various other creatures. But I can't wait for my shower. In fact, I can't wait to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. Woods Hole Hostel. Ah. Okay, Sloth is about to put clean, beautiful, clean, laundered, delicious socks on, and his shoes are
a bit wet.
foul and stinky and wet, but only for 12 miles, Sloth.
Only 12 miles.
Only 12 miles.
Nice cold hike for 12 miles today.
We'll be warm once we've climbed that first hill. This has been a really comfy, lovely place to stay, Woods Hole, and my tummy is full of sensational food. How are you, Charge?
Ready to charge.
Charge is ready to charge. Okay. That's a sign, Sloth. Great bathrooms. Privy check. Oh, look at that. A flushing loo. Good morning, Charge.
G'day, Flash. How are you?
Well, I'm very well fed and I'm full of vegetables and love, so I'm feeling mighty fine this morning, and I'm dry. Actually, let me just zoom out a little bit. Oh, there we go. I can see more of you now. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine.
You look fine.
Thank you. We've only got a little walk today, 12 miles, to a town called Petersburg. That's the one. Same place. You're going to be there too?
I'm going to be there too.
Cool. I'm going to Angel's Rest. It's another hostel. I'm going to be there for 2 nights. And we've only got 12 miles to go, so it allows us to do another clean-up, probably a resupply.
And a board meeting.
That's tomorrow.
Okay.
And so I've got some papers to read, which I'm looking forward to. I've got a few ideas.
That's the problem with leaving you with lots of time to walk. You come up with lots of ideas.
I know. It's good.
It is good.
Yeah. And but I am looking forward to having a Nero and a Zero.
We need it.
And then we'll have about another 7-8 days on the trail. And then we've got to make our way to Roanoke, I think. Roanoke, where we hope to catch a plane to Houston, when we'll have a couple of days, and then we'll jump on a plane back to New Zealand.
New Zealand. It's been a great stay here, hasn't it?
This place is awesome.
It is awesome.
And it's really historic. This got opened in 1986.
Yeah.
We're on a 100-acre ranch, and this is the original homestead. So pretty cool.
It's been beautiful. Right, it's time to get moving. It's 9:16 a.m. And we're finally on trail. Oh, not quite on trail. We're on our way to the trail. We've got a 0.5 uphill, of course, because you always have to go uphill when you leave a hostel. 0.5, and I've got to say, I'm walking out with a lot more pep in my step than we walked in with last night. Great stay. Amazing food. I even got to eat cheesy grits this morning for breakfast, and they were delicious. Woods Hole Hostel, great experience, lovely people, and we're feeling refreshed. Only 12 miles today to get to Petersburg, and on a macro level, we're all pretty tired. Good rest last night, but we're tired. It's time to stop for a little bit. I won't film a lot today. It's cold, a bit misty, and I have to concentrate on walking without falling over. Is this like some kind of standoff? Is there a strong sense of ownership that this is your trail and we need to get off it? Maybe. Okay. And there he goes. We're off trail heading to Petersburg, Virginia. Hiker hostel. Oh my goodness me. It's feeling 13.5 miles, but I'm feeling it today. I think it's because we've done 90 something miles in 5 days. And Angel's Rest, Hiker's Haven. And frankly, we are pooped. So we're going to head up here, find out our rooms, and we are going to just clean up before we head off and get supplies and food. I've just eaten a peanut butter cheesy cracker thing. That should sort me out for the next wee while. It's an awful day. It'll be good to get inside. There we go. So it continues to pour with rain in Petersburg. We're going to Food Lion, which is a supermarket. So we are going to go to the supermarket and get some yum, just some comfort food, probably potato chip sloth.
Oh yeah.
And some wine, hopefully, and maybe some beersies.
And some brekkie.
And some breakfast, so we can make our own breakfast. I haven't showed you around the house yet, but we have scored our own little house for the next few days. In fact, there's a whole bunch of really awesome decisions we've made. We're going to stay here for 4 nights because the weather is appalling and we're all cold and wet. We're going to take the next 2 days off. Yes!
Yay!
Sloth's got a meeting. Joe's got a meeting tomorrow. Charge's got a meeting tomorrow. Sloth's got a meeting on Friday. We said, let's take those days off. On Saturday, we're going to slack pack 22 miles. So that's fantastic. And we are just feeling extremely comfortable in the little house. So the other plan is we're going to do Chinese takeout for dinner tonight, as well as buying yum-yums at the supermarket. So it's, we've got shortcuts.
Yeah.
We can take shortcuts charged because these miles don't count. Yeah, it's fantastic to be largely inside. And we've just sat on the sofa and watched telly for an hour, drinking coffee out of our coffee maker. You appreciate just the smallest, simplest things in life when you have literally been in the woods for 6 weeks and the last 4 days have been uncomfortable, so we are appreciating the comfort even more. Okay, here we go. Been to the supermarket and bought all of the food. Now, Charge has charged down to the Chinese takeout, so I'm off to find him. And we're going to get ourselves some dinner and settle in for a really comfy, cozy evening. What do hikers want to eat when they've been on the road for 5 days and are frankly a little bit skinny and bony? Fruit, cheese and crackers, nuts, gherkins, grapes. Oh, salsa, guacamole, corn chips. Basically, everything, whatever we can get our hands on. And oh, by the way, the Chinese was an all-you-can-eat buffet. We're not sure about that. We may go back down later, or we may just sit here and eat all of this.
My wife and I really love what you've done with the place. So it looks like we're talking about what? Assault, violation,